Just want to make a quick video to show you all something. This is a Galaxy S8 Plus, and we do these pretty often for a problem with the display. What happens is you'll end up getting a short right here on the connector, and while the motherboard's inside the housing, it's pretty easy to test. Just get your multimeter, and if you check over here, this is typically where they fail. This ends up going to ground, and it's not supposed to. You can see the side that goes to the ground is on this side of this capacitor. This should not be going to ground, and that's typically going to be because there's a short under the display IC. Now, when I pulled the motherboard out, I could not believe what I saw. So let me flip this over and look at the backside. Obviously, I'm skipping ahead of myself here. When I see these stamps like this, I imagine it's probably some sort of quality assurance for maybe a refurbishing company or something like that. There's also an X up here. I don't know what that means. A couple X's over here too. But when I flip this thing over, first thing I notice is not only has the shield been removed, it has been removed with quite a bit of force. You can see they just ripped the top layer of the PCB completely off in quite a few places. So this stuff is just, I'm not sure why you wouldn't just heat this thing up to remove it. It looks like they just brute forced it. Then over here, I don't know what kind of mess this is. This looks like a combination of maybe old flux and some melted solder and something else. I'm not sure what, but that's not a good sign, especially since I've since contacted the customer and found out that this was sent in for data recovery to, I don't want to drag anybody's name through the mud, but it was a pretty well-known established company that does data recovery, and they just brutalized this thing, and I'm baffled. I would think of maybe someone amateur do-it-yourselfer that didn't have any experience might cause this kind of damage, but this is just crazy. This is like they didn't care. Maybe they just gave up and said, you know what, we're not going to charge anybody if we don't get their data. Therefore, since we're not going to get anything out of it, we're just going to destroy it. I don't know. I really don't understand. But I think they usually assume that the customer is never going to actually see what went on inside. And this is really bad. If you look down here, we've got also some components. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's got some components that aren't even on the board. It's like they kind of got partially scraped off. There's one here. I saw another one right up here on the edge. So yeah, it's not even on. It was just barely hanging by a thread. So this is unfortunate because it's going to make it difficult. I can fix the problem with the display IC, but I don't think that's all that we're up against here. I think this is going to be a lot more involved. And like I said, I had contacted the customer and found out. I didn't realize this was something he wanted in order to get his data back. So this is just going to be a lot of work, and I really can't touch anything like this without charging some sort of fee up front, because there's a good chance I'm going to invest my time and not be able to get this thing to do anything, because it's got quite a bit of physical damage and possibly some problems with excessive heat. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't look terrible yet, but I'll clean this up and come back to it. But I guess my point here is just, first of all, wow, this is amazing. And secondly, be careful where you send your phone. I'd make sure the people that work on it know what they're doing.